Good day everyone and good day to Sir Abonito. We are the Group 6 and our topic is about environmental protection. But before that, allow me to introduce myself. I am Tricia Lorraine Glimani Arlan, the leader of this group. So, before exploring about my report or my topic, as you can see on my presentation, there is a quote coming from Pinterest that captured my attention. And this quote is, "We must protect our planet. It is our only home and provider." Which is very true because our planet, our environment, the earth itself is the only home, our only home and our only provider. Without environment, we are nothing. Without the planet, without the earth, we are nothing. We are not alive and we are not breathing. So, we must be responsible and we must be good citizen or good human being in terms of environmental protection, in terms of protecting our environment. So, next slide. Before exploring my report or my topic, which is environmental protection, you were going to expect on this report that you were able to learn the environmental protection itself, which I am going to tackle and elaborate what is environmental protection, what is environment, and what is protection, and what are those environmental educations. And you were able to know the problems, effects, and solutions in our environment that will be discussed by my co-reporter later. And lastly, you were able to express your thoughts or ideas in this matter since maghatag kami ng activities sa inyo that is engaging and relatable because we are human being and the environment, the topic or the environment topic is very relatable to us. So next slide. First is, what is environment? So according to the internet or the online, an environment is everything that is around us. This is environment. Kung diin ta naghuya, kung diin ta nagdako, kung diin naginhawata, kung diin nabuhi ta. This is environment, which includes both living and non-living things such as soil, water, animals, and plants, or even us. We are living things, which adapt themselves to their surroundings. It is nature's gift that helps in nurturing life on the earth. Because environment plays an important role in the existence of life on the planet Earth. Environment is crucial to our life. Environment is necessary to our life because of the environment, we are alive and we are breathing. So next slide. According to Cambridge Dictionary, protection, the condition or state of being kept safe from injury, damage, or loss. So, if we protect the environment, if we protect our environment, we kept our environment safe, safety from injury, which is those climate change damages or loss. If there's no environment, my dear student, we are not here. We are not alive. Kung wala environment, wala kita. So we must be responsible. We must be a good citizen, a good human being to have a healthy, to have a better environment not just for us, but to the next generation. So we must protect our environment. We must protect our environment now. So next. According to the book that Sir Rigi given to us, the goal of environmental education is to mold an environmentally literate and responsible citizen who will ensure the protection and improvement of the environment and bring out sustainability, social equity, and economic efficiency in using the country's natural resources. People must develop a sympathetic attitude towards the diversity and sustainability of resources on Earth for the survival and stability of life. So the goal of environmental protection is to mold us human beings or to mold us an individual to be environmentally literate and responsible citizen that will ensure or who will ensure the protection and improvement of the environment, which is very true na ang goal ng environmental education is in order for us to be responsible citizen and in order for us to be literate citizen that will ensure the protection and improvement of environment, who brings sustainability, social equity, and other that will good to our society or to the environment itself. In order for us to survive and in order for us to have stability in life. So that is the goal of environmental education. Next, environmental education. According to the book, this is the definition of environmental education. It is a process of teaching, learning, helping people to acquire understanding, skills, and values that make them active and informed citizen for the development and maintenance of an ecological, sustainable, and socially just society. So the environmental education is the process of teaching us, of learning, and helping people to acquire understanding. It's very understandable. It's very understandable, student, that environmental education is the process of teaching us an understanding and skills and values. The process of learning and understanding skills and values, and the process of helping to acquire understanding skills and values that make them or that make us active and informed citizen for the development and maintenance of the environment, of the society. So that is environmental education, and it's very, very understandable that environmental education is just the process of teaching, learning, and helping us as an citizen and as an human being. Next slide. There are specific objectives of environmental education according to the book. And the specific objectives is that it can be attained in terms of learners' awareness, knowledge, attitudes, skills, and participation in the resolution of environmental problems, issues, and concerns. The learners must be considered the environment in its totality, natural and built, technological and social, economic, political, cultural, historical, moral, and aesthetic. So the specific objective of environmental education for us to be aware in terms of aware of knowledge, attitudes, and skills, not just skills but also participation in the environmental problems, issues, and concerns in the environment. And those objectives can mold us to be a better and to be a good citizen, or to be a good human being that stay here on earth. Next slide. So there are 7 environmental education that must be followed. First is action-oriented. Action-oriented is environmental education should empower individuals to take action and make positive changes in their daily lives and communities. It should provide practical knowledge and skills that can be applied to the real-world environmental challenges. From the word itself, action-oriented. Second is experimental. Environmental education should provide opportunities for hands-on learning and experimentation. This can include field trips or outdoors activities and interactive experiments that allow learners to engage directly with the environment and gain a deeper understanding of ecological process. Kanang mga outdoor activities such as kanang mga tree planting or kanang mga field trips, that is one of the examples of experimental that nagpasabot sa environmental education. Number 3 is future-oriented. Environmental education should focus on building a sustainable future for future generation, for future people na manginahanglan ng good and healthy environment. It should emphasize the long-term consequences of human actions on the environment and encourage learners to think critically about the impacts of their choices on future generations. So we must be future-oriented. We must consider the future generation na umikha tabo if ever we choose to do wrongdoings instead of right doings. So we must be future oriented. Number 4 is globally oriented. Environmental education should foster a sense of global citizenship and encourage learners to consider the interconnectedness of environmental issues across borders, not just here in the Philippines, but also to the other places such as Japan, Korea, USA, or other country that could or that can globally tap. And we should be, or all of us should have the the critical thinking about globally oriented. It should promote understanding and respect for diverse cultures, perspective, and environmental challenges around the world. Since it's not just here in the Philippines, we should promote understanding and also respect for diverse culture and different perspective, different environmental challenges around this globe. And number 5 is holistic. Environmental education should take a holistic approach by addressing the complex interaction between ecological, social, economic, and political systems. It should recognize the independence of these systems and promote a comprehensive understanding of environmental issues. When we say holistic, it's whole. It's a whole or kabuuan. You are not being specified by one thing or kanang what do you call this? Partial, but holistically, you think or you tap those complex interaction kanang mga ecological, social, economic, and political system. You should tap those interactions, or those complex interaction, because this is holistic, this is general. So that is the definition, or that is what holistic means. And number 6 is interdisciplinary. So environmental education should draw on knowledge and approaches for multiple disciplines such as biology, chemistry, sociology, economics, and political studies. Policy studies rather. It should encourage learners to think critically and integrate different perspectives to develop a comprehensive understanding of environmental challenges. So it's very understandable that interdisciplinary should draw on knowledge and approaches for multiple disciplines such as kanang adton ako dimensions, and mao jaon ang tagpasabot ng interdisciplinary in terms of kanang sa environmental education. And lastly, issue-oriented. Environmental education should focus on specific environmental issues and challenges. It should provide learners and with the knowledge and tools to analyze and address these issues effectively. By focusing on real-world problems, environmental education can motivate learners to take action and make a positive impact. So, issue-oriented, from the word itself, grabe na ka-basic or grabe na ka-understandable that those environmental education must be applied to our specific lives, must be applied to ourselves. And as you can see in the screen, and this photo is coming again from Pinterest. Environment is no one's property to destroy. It's everyone's responsibility to protect. So we as an individual that depend on environment, that depend on earth, that depend on the planet, on this planet, we should protect, we should be responsible to our environment in order to have a better place to live in, and not just for ourselves or today's generation, but to the future generation as well. And next, so as you can see on the next slide, according to the ecoandbasics.com.au, small changes change the world. So if we start recalibrating our minds, redirecting our ways, we should have an amazing environment. We should have an amazing world that have a sustainability, not just for ourselves, not just for this generation, but to the future generation as well. According to Miss Karen Ibasco, the Miss Earth 2017, that the real problem in this world is not climate change. The real problem is us because of our ignorance and apathy, which is very true. What we have to do is to start changing our ways, to start recalibrating our minds, to start redirecting our steps, because together, as a global community, our micro efforts will have a macro effects to save our home, our planet, which is the Earth. So we should change our ways into right ways. we should change our wrongdoings into right doings. And because of that, we are starting changing our environment into a better tomorrows. So that's all. And you will be having a good discussion with the environmental issues and problems and concerns with my co-reporters. And that would be all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone, especially to Sir Abonito. Good day, sir. Have a nice day ahead. So first, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Angel May Holyu Custodio, a BSN 1A. So we will tackle about the environmental problems, issues, concerns, and the community. So are you guys familiar with these problems and issues? So listen, everyone. Environmental problems in developed and developing countries worldwide are among the most important concerns facing people and their governments. These problems include the population growth, poverty, deforestation, pollution of water, air, and soils, waste disposal, and loss of species. So I viewed environmental issues as pressing global concern that affect both people and governments. The problem encompasses various challenges. So let's take air pollution as an example. In many worldwide, like New Delhi in India or Beijing in China, rapid population growth, industrialization, and urbanization have led to severe air pollution. This has serious health implications for the residents and required government action to improve air quality through regulation and cleaner energy sources. These environmental issues are critical and used to be addressed for the well-being of community. So there are risks associated with all these problems that affect almost every activity in life. There are risks of environment degradation and overexploitation of natural resources, brought about by the ever-increasing human and animal population. The risk Mother Earth is facing not only a local problem but also a global one. So the statement emphasizes that various risks such as environmental degradation and overuse of natural resources are pervasive and impact nearly aspect of human and animal life. These risks aren't confined to a single locality. They have global repercussions. For example, overfishing is a global environmental risk. As the human population increases, the demand for seafood rises, leading to overexploitation of fish stocks in oceans around the world. This is not only threatens the balance of marine ecosystems, but also affect the livelihoods and food security of communities reliant on fishing, making it a global concern. The health of our planet, Mother Earth, is at stake, and addressing this risk requires international cooperation and sustainable practices. So these environmental problems become issues for all of us to solve and concerned about. So that's all for environmental problems, issues, and concern in the community.
Good day everyone, especially to you Sir Reggie Abonito. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is RJ Cruzado from BSBE 1E. My topic for today is all about the major type of air pollution. So, lahat ay duha ka klase nga major type of air pollution. Una, ang outdoor air pollution. Ikaduha, ang indoor air pollution. So, let's talk about the first, outdoor pollution. It is the type of pollution derived from the mixture of collection of additional loads of chemical produced by natural events and human activities which react with the natural components of the atmosphere, thereby producing harmful effects to living system. Sample ng outdoor pollution, guys, like natural events, is a volcanic eruption, din sa human activities is ang pagsusunog ng mga plastic, din dagko ng mga pabrika na maui makaproduce ng mga aso. Also guys, like sa Manila, daghan kaayo air pollution tungod sa mga sasakyan, motorcycle, motor vehicles, such as jeeps, mga trucks, buses, or etc. Following major pollution of outdoor pollution is burning of fossil fuels for power consumption. Ikaduha, ang photochemical and industrial smog. Ikatulo, ang volcanic eruption that emits sulfur dioxide and suspended particulates. Ikaupat, ang forest fire, kaingin or scent atmosphere and lightning. Kalima, ang evaporation of volatile organic compounds from decaying organic matters. And the last one is natural radioactive gas from uranium deposits. Next, chemical substances. From the varieties of social sources contribute to air pollution, these are nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, and organic compounds that can evaporate and enter the atmosphere. And also guys, nakatay classes of air pollutants as you can see here in my video presentation. Naka-indicate diri ang mga pollutants and common members, which is mauni sila ang mga chemical substances o particles na mo-contaminate sa air. The second one is indoor air pollution. It is a type of pollution derived from the accumulation or build-up of chemicals, SPM and VOCs, chemicals inside the offices, buildings, houses, schools, and commercial stores. So diri sa indoor pollution, dako iyang mga negative effects sa human health kay hazardous kaayo og makakause siya og cancer. As you can see here in my presentation, sumao ni guys ang sources and classes of indoor pollutants and health threats they pose. So let's move on. Effects of air pollution. Air pollution is the responsible for major health problems. It has ruined and endangered the health of countless people. Air pollution, also known as air toxics because it kills millions of people every year. Nganong every year man? Tungod sa air pollution, nadako ang damage sa human health, including na dire ang overloading and degrading of body's defense mechanism. Next is chronic bronchitis. Ikatulo ang emphysema and lung cancer. And also guys, dili lang sa human health ang apektuhan, apil po ang plants, materials, o ang ozone layer nga nipis na kaayo. That's why as you observe, dili lang ang disease or mga cancer ang epekto sa ato. Ang ato food environment until now ga-experience of bagyo and baha. And that would be all about my topic. Thank you for watching.
Good day everyone, especially to Sir Abonito. So before I start, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rizzy B. Catalia, B is in 1A. So we will tackle about air pollution control, the Clean Air Act, taken from the primer on the Clean Air Act of DENR and coverage of the Clean Air Act. Air pollution control refers to the measures and strategies implemented to minimize or eliminate the release of pollutants into the air, thereby improving air quality. The Clean Air Act is a legislative framework aimed at regulating and controlling air pollution. For example, under the Clean Air Acts, the government through agencies like DENR sets emission standards for industries, regulating pollutants such as particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides. Enforcement of these standards aims to safeguard public health and the environment by limiting the release of harmful substances into the air.
Good morning everyone, I am Alang Cardinio. We'll tackle about what can the CWTs do to help clean the air? I think there are many ways for us to help clean the air, but this is the best that I can find. First is for commuters. You should try talking to the jeep, bus, and tricycle drivers about the high risk of poor vehicle maintenance. In other words, you should talk to jeep drivers, bus drivers, tricycle drivers that to maintain or otherwise to help clean the air, they need to maintain their vehicles at a good condition. Next is at home. If you want to help clean the air again, you should use low watt bulbs or energy saving light. Also, do not burn garbage. And next is limit the use of air conditioning. You should try the fresh air out. Go outside and take some walk, take some fresh air. Next is for everyone. Talk to people or what they can do about air pollution. You should try asking for people or what do they have in mind to help clean the air. Next is report smoke belchers to LTO, MMDA, and or the appropriate local government units. So, ang mga smoke belchers is mo ni sila ang mga yun, like mga driver na wala nila gi-maintain at good condition ilang mga vehicles to the point na ang ilang vehicle mubuga na ng black smoke. Let's proceed to our next topic, which is water pollution. Water pollution is defined as the physical or chemical changes in the surface and groundwater caused by pollutants, which is humans, and which can adversely affect living organisms. Every year, 14 billion pounds of sewage, sludge, and garbage are dumped into the world's ocean. The problem of ocean pollution affects every nation around the world. Example, India's biggest river, or largest rather. Ganges is the largest river considered to be the 5th most polluted river in the world, with over 12 million tons of plastic discharged into the marine ecosystem per year, and is among 14 continental rivers into which over a quarter of global waste discarded. So grabe no, if magpasagad ito sa tong kuan paligid hangtod sa kuan, may chance na ang atong river is mapareha sa kuan India's polluted river, which is the Ganges. Next is major sources of water pollution. Point sources refers to the source of discharge pollutants or any effluents such as wastewater through pipes, ditches, and sewers into bodies of water to a specific location. Example, sewage treatment, plant factories, electric power plants, abandoned underground coal mine, oil tanker, and offshore oil wells. So this is the major sources of water pollution. So ang tagpasabot ini nakuan point sources, ang kanila siya na major sources is like direct or like example sa electric power plants. Ang kuan dyan siya, ang ija pollution dyan siya is direct na siya sa water. Dili pa siya magkanat-kanat sa mga like streets or something like sa mga kilid-kilid. Point sources are widely scattered and they discharge pollutants over a large area. So, mo ni siya ang isa ka major sources of water pollution. Kanang magkanat-kanat ragali ka unya dili ni mo ibutang sa sakto ng butanganan. Unya, ang imong gikanat-kanat moabot sa body of water, which is muna na siya ang makakause of water pollution. Sources: runoff into surface water, seepage into groundwater in urban and suburban lands, and construction areas and roadways. So muna siya ang if like nag-drive ka, nya naglabay kag basura lang sa roadways. ang imong basura maabot sa water, muna na siya makakos, or rather naglakaw-lakaw ra ka niya, nagkaon ka nakagikaon niya, pagkaurot sa magikaon gilabi ra nimo sa dili sakto na butanganan niya, ang imong kuan, ang wrapper or something like nakakuan ato maabot sa body of water, muna na siya ang makakos of water pollution. Thank you, and that's all for my topic.
Hello everyone, I am Jane April, and today we will talk about what can the CWTs do to help clean the air. So we all know that our clean air have been lost. Everybody can make a way to maintain our air clean and fresh. In order to maintain our clean air, CWTs can do some steps. Example, they can implement the segregation of waste, recycle the waste that can be recycled, reuse, and other activities. So for example, diyon paglabak ng mga basura sa sakto na labakanan. Dili sila pasagdan na bisan haira kay makaproduce diyon ng bisan uno na mayaot trabaho. Second, tree planting. By the way of tree planting, makatabang kita sa pagpagana na nature, paghatag ng maradyo na hangin kung sunod na panahon, mansulig na dyan sila. Next topic is all about water pollution. So what is water pollution? Water pollution is a contamination of water sources by substances which make the water unusable for drinking, cooking, cleaning, swimming, and other activities. These include chemicals, trash, bacteria, and parasites. All forms of pollution eventually make their way to water. The main point source of pollution to water is from sewage and wastewater treatment, while for diffuse pollution, main sources are from farming and fossil fuel power plants. It is caused when the pollutants generated by human activities like industrialization, urban waste, littering, those contaminated water and poor sanitation are linked to transmission of diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, dysmenorrhea, dysentery. Absent inadequate or inappropriately managed water and sanitation services expose individuals to presentable health risk. So there are some examples in the main sources of water pollution. First is global warming. Next is deforestation. Third, maritime traffic. Fourth, fuel spillages. Let's help and preserve our nature to protect our environment.
Good day everyone, this is Honey John P. Kugay from BizEd 1B, and for today's video, let's talk about the effects and solutions of water pollution. So, what is water pollution? Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies, usually as a result of human activities, so that it negatively affects its uses. So, when we say contamination, it is the act or making something impure and unsuitable by contact with something unclean, bad, and of course, rendering something harmful. So, here are some of the examples of bodies of water that might be polluted because of the abusement and irresponsibility of many people. Lakes, rivers, oceans, reservoir, and other bodies of water that might be polluted. Just look at these pictures. You see lots of garbage, chemicals, sewage, and waste from factories that has been thrown into the water. And this is some of the reason why the waters became polluted. So now let's go to the effects of water pollution. A polluted water is a toxic water that cannot be drunk or used for essential purposes like agriculture, and it also causes diseases like diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, typhoid, and poliomyelitis that kills more than 500,000 people worldwide in every year. Water pollution also destroys the water-based ecosystems. Dead fishes and many marine lives often wind up on beaches, killed by pollutants and their habitat. Pollution disrupts the natural food chain as well. Pollutants such as lead and cadmium are eaten by tiny water animals. Later, these tiny water animals are consumed by fish and shellfish, and the food chain continues at a higher level. Eventually, humans are affected by this process as well. People can get diseases from eating seafoods that has been poisoned. Death may result by eating seafoods infected by red tide. So now, let's go to the solutions and ways on how can we resolve the problem of water pollution. Use fewer chemicals to clean your homes. Minimize the use of pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers because all of them will end at the river. Dispose waste properly. Don't flush medications. Don't flush trash. Conserve water as much as possible. Don't throw plastics into the water. Conserving the beauty and cleanliness of our bodies of water is very essential. So find ways to preserve its beauty and cleanliness and be responsible individual, especially when it comes to our environment. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Arlity Consigna Jr. and welcome to my video presentation report. How we save Mother Earth. Save Mother Earth. Earth has many natural resources to help people live healthier lives. Mother Earth provides us with air, water, food, and shelter. The earth is a vital resource for life. We depend on it to grow plants, trees, and food. When we destroy the planet, we start destroying many things like the environment. Our health and other things that help us survive, there are many ways to protect it, such as planting more trees, adopting a sustainable lifestyle, and etc. In Catholic, first we have solid waste and its disposal. Second, we have landfills, incinerators, and oceans. Third, we have garbage management and disposal activities. Fourth, we have sources of garbage, solid waste. First, we will talk about the solid waste and its disposal. Waste end up in only 3 places: on the ground, in the air, and in the following places. Here are the examples. Part 2, we have landfills, incinerators, and oceans. Landfills, which are sanitarily designed to reduce the amount of waste that leaks out into the environment. It protects the environment from pollution and uses the methane produced in the landfill to generate electricity. Water dissolves pollutants out of the garbage, forming a solution known as leachate. Here are the examples. Incinerators, which reduce solid waste by burning. However, this is the source of flies, ashes, gases, and particulate matters emitted to the air. Here are the examples. Oceans, where about 50 million tons of waste a year are discharged 300 kilometers offshore. However, disease-causing organisms and heavy metals have destroyed numerous fish varieties. Part 3, garbage management and disposal activities, what CWT students can do. Reuse items whenever possible, encourage source reduction, purpose the natural degradable organic waste, reuse and recycle plastic, reuse returnable and refillable glass bottle, wash and reuse plastic and silverware plates, use paper of styrofoam, save paper whenever possible, reuse paper bags, don't reuse paper or plastic bags. Many non-governmental projects are also being carried out in an effort to clean up the water. Industries are beginning to reduce the amount of chemicals they dump into the water by making their products degradable. However, many environmentalists think that these efforts are not enough. Solid waste land pollution refers to the presence of any solid waste in land in such quality, of such nature and duration, and under such conditions that are injurious to human health and to the existence of plants and animals or plants. Solid waste disposal is an issue in all countries. Most countries produce millions of tons of household waste and industrial toxic waste from factories, industries, and hospitals. These waste pollute the air, soil, and water because most countries and communities do not have safe means of disposing them. When solid waste are burned, toxic gases spread into the air, causing air pollution. Some wastes are dangerous to public health because acids and non-decomposable organic materials seep through the soil, thus contaminating the drinking water and polluting farmland. Solid waste take up space and produce unpleasant smell. Waste or garbage can be divided into 4 categories. First, we have combustible. Second, we have non-combustible. Third, we have recyclable. 4, we have hazardous wastes. Lastly, we have sources of garbage, solid waste. Throw away a disposable society, overpopulation of the earth, overproduction of packaging materials, bottles, diapers, and other non-degradable materials, overproduction of newspapers, plastic bags, and containers made up of styrofoam or polystyrene foam, which are difficult to recycle, lone clipping, which makes up about a fifth of all garbage in landfills, medical waste or infectious waste, red flag, tires that are designed to last their durability, burning tires that create harmful furnace, household waste, both degradable and non-biodegradable food. And that would be all. Thank you for listening.
So, good day everyone. This is Nelvin Cuadra, your next reporter. So, now I will discuss with you my topic about garbology. Okay? So, the garbage management and disposal activities. And what the CWTS students can do effective ways of recycling and reducing the non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste. So, ngayon, kinakailangan nating tukuyin. Okay? So, garbology, kung ano ang halaga nito in waste management. Okay? So, waste management, when we talk about waste management, it deals with all types of waste, diba? So, including household, organic, biomedical, mga iba't ibang uri ng basura, Gaya lamang ng paper, plastic, what else? Metal, organic or glass, So, to continue, garbology is the study of modern, refuse and trash. Okay? So, when we say the study of modern refuse, ito ay ang pag-aaral, ng modernong basura. Okay? So, it involves analysis of waste including its composition, production, disposal, and societal impact, no? Also, analysis of waste man, including its composition. This is the first one, okay? Na ito ginatawag na waste composition, no? Waste composition analysis. Ibig sabihin, ito ay isang paraan na ginagamit, no, upang physical na pinaghihiwalay natin yung iba't ibang uri ng basura. Okay? So, halimbawa lamang ito yung tinitimbang, kung ano yung mga kategorya, and ang food loss and waste, no, yung tawag FLW. And the second one, waste, no, is the production. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ito ay ang uri ng basura na ginagawa sa pamamagitan, no, ng pagkuha ng mga hilaw na materyales. Okay? Ang production at consumption. Okay? Yung pagkonsumo ba? Pagkonsumo ng mga kalakal at serbisyo. Okay? So, halimbawa na lamang nito yung mga nalalabi sa pagsusunog, gaya ng wire, etc. Magagamit natin at pwede natin yung ibenta. Okay? And the third one is the disposal. Okay? Ito ay isang discarding kung saan ang companies talaga, no, sila yung implement ng mga komprehensibong strategies, no? Grabe, upang mahusay na pamahalaan talaga ng mga basura from their original hanggang sa kanilang huling pagtatapon. Okay? So, waste composition, no? Waste composition analysis. Garbology aims to understand patterns, okay? Patterns of consumption, okay? So, waste generations and the environmental, social, and economic implications, no, of our disposal habits. Okay? So, for the next, no, garbage management and disposal activities. Okay? So, garbage management, no, ang mga aktibidad sa pamamahala, okay, at pagtatapon ng mga basura, no, ay kinabibilangan ng mga pangongolekta, transportasyon, and of course, proper disposal of waste upang siguro para mabawasan ang epekto, no, sa kapaligiran. That is really important for us. These processes aim to promote recycling, okay, and ensure safe handling of hazardous materials. Diba? So, ang mahusay na pamamahala kasi, no, ng basura, okay, is napaka-crucial talaga. Maintaining environmental sustainability, no, kalusugan natin, kalusugan ng publiko. Okay? So, I hope na nasabtan, no, sa dili na part. Okay? So, for the next, no, what the CWT as students can do effective ways of recycling, no, and reducing the non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste. So, of course, no, CWT as students, kinakailangan talagang mag-ambag para puslamba, no, to effective recycling and waste reduction, no, sa pamamagitan ng ini na mga aksyon. Okay? So, the first one is organizing cleanup drives. Okay? Participating in or organizing cleanup drives to remove litter and promote a cleaner environment. Okay? So the second one is collaborating with recycling. Collaborating with recycling centers, establishing partnerships with local recycling centers, and encouraging community members to participate. Okay, so the third one is implementing waste reduction practices. Okay, that is really important sa ato, encouraging the adoption of practices like zero waste living, where individuals minimize their overall waste production. Okay, so by actively engaging in these activities, o mahimo nato ini na mga pamaagi, mga paraan na tayong mga CWTS students can make, if ever, can make a positive impact on waste management, and of course to contribute to a more sustainable future. So I think dili ra ini kun an hamok pa na mga various actions, activities na grabe gyud kaayo ka effective, So I think that would be all. I hope we learned something. Okay, so God bless us.